Counting method. The counting in horoscope is done in anti-clockwise and it is inclusive. What does this mean? So this is the first house and we go counterclockwise in this direction, and that is how we count. And the counting is done inclusive. Inclusive means that if I ask how far is Saturn from Mars, it's not one, two, it's not two houses away. It's one, two, three. It's three houses away. So if I say how far is Jupiter from Mars, then I will count one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Mars is seven houses away from Jupiter. Or Jupiter is seven houses away from Mars. Again, if I have to count from Jupiter, I will count one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So Mars is seven houses away from Jupiter. Jupiter is seven houses away from Mars. So they are seven, seven to each other. If I look at Saturn, Saturn is one, two, three houses away from Mars, and Mars is one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. The Saturn Mars is 11 houses away from Saturn, hence they are 311 to each other. Let's look at one more example. Ketu from Mars, one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ketu is 5 houses away from Mars. How far is Mars away from Ketu? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mars is 9 houses away from Ketu, so relation is 5, 9. Note that the sum of these two will be 14. So 7, 7, 14, 3, 11, 14, 5 plus 9 is 14. The Kendra and Kona houses. So houses 1, 4, 7, 10 are the Kendra or angular bhavas. Bhavas is Sanskrit for house. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 4, 7, 10. These are the Kendra houses, and you can see physically also they are at the center. Houses 1, 5, 9 are Kona bhavas. They are trinal bhavas. So 1, 5, 9 are trinal. The first house is both Kendra and Kona. So this becomes preeminent among all the houses. First is the most important house because it's both Kendra and Kona. Now, Kendra and Konas are auspicious places. The angular bhavas indicate conscious, self-initiated action, while the trinal bhavas or Kona bhavas indicate unconscious actions. Also, this is these are the karma sthana, and except for first is the dharma house. So dharma houses, and these are karma houses. So 10th is the karma house. Dharm, earth, kam, moksha. Dharm, earth, kam, moksha. Dharm, earth, kam, moksha. So anyway, so basically, when these two houses, the lords of these two houses are together, the results are extremely auspicious. There is a congruence, and which gives maximum results in life. The Lord of Kendra and Konas are temporary benefics for the horoscope. So this is what we will use in future interpretations. Dusthanas. Houses 3, 6, 8, and 12 are known as Dusthanas. A Dusthana is a bhava or a house whose primary meanings are associated with suffering. These houses represent the things in life that most people generally fear, like illness, loss, and death. The third house tends to produce only slight fear, usually in relation to minor debts, which makes the other three bhavas, 6, 8, and 12, much more malevolent than the third. These three are referred to by the special term trick, the three. The Lord of Dusthana are temporary malefics for the horoscope. Maraka. Maraka means killer. Among the foremost factors to be considered in longevity analysis are the two Maraka houses, their lords, any planets occupying these two houses, and any planet conjoined with or aspected by the lords of the second and seventh houses. Certain combinations in a horoscope, such as when the lord of one Maraka house occupies the other Maraka house while being afflicted by malefics, can curtail life if the native's lifespan is already almost exhausted. Otherwise, that graha may simply perturb his or her health. Often, the marakas simply indicate problematic results for health and to some extent for prosperity. So, the second house and the seventh house are the maraka house. And here's one example: when the lord of one maraka house, for example, lord of second house, occupies the other maraka house. So, second house in seventh, lord of second house in seventh, while being afflicted by malefics can curtail life, or seventh house is second and afflicted. So this is what can be life threatening, but that is only when that person's lifespan is almost exhausted. Otherwise, that graha may simply perturb his or her health. So this is what marakas are. Bhavad bhavam. Sometimes a sort of numerological duplication of a house occurs. They are harmonics of one another, the higher house an altered image of the lower one. For example, because one of the fundamental meanings ascribed to the eighth house's longevity, the number 8 is consistently associated in Jyotish with longevity. The eighth house, away from any house, therefore indicates a limitation to the duration of effect of the matters of that house. Counting eighth house from the eighth house gives us the third house, which becomes a sort of derivative eighth house. So if you look at this house, this is the eighth house, and if you count eight from here, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So the characteristics of eighth house, that is longevity, is also can also be attributed to this house. And we learned that the Maraka house are second and seventh. Why is it so? Because seventh is 12 to eighth, which is the house of longevity, and second is 12th to third, and third is the house of longevity. So Maraka are the 12th houses to the longevity houses. Similarly, sixth from sixth is the 11th house. One, two, three, four, five, six. So some of the attributes, for example, enemy, illness, can be attributed to the 11th house. In practice, it is attributed to the Lord of 11th house. But the 11th house continues to be a house of fulfillment of desires. In another case, we have fifth house, which is of past life karmas, past life punya karmas, the good deeds, and also of education. And fifth from fifth is ninth. So ninth is also education. It is higher education, kind of PhD. It also represents past life good deeds. Dusthanas. Houses 3, 6, 8, and 12 are known as Dusthanas. A Dusthana is a power or a house whose primary meanings are associated with suffering. These houses represent the things in life that most people generally fear, like illness, loss, and death. The third house tends to produce only slight fear, usually in relation to minor debts, which makes the other three bhavas, 6, 8, and 12, much more malevolent than the third. These three are referred to by the special term trick, the three. The Lord of Dusthana are temporary malefics for the horoscope.